On Osrc News at 7, APC leaders rally support for Ayedatiwa as former governorship aspirants vow victory for party's candidate. Stakeholders raise more awareness about electronic birth registration. Defense headquarters denies appointment of new chief of army staff. And from the foreign scene, Israeli strikes kill 100 Palestinians in northern Gaza. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news tonight. I am Sahid Arabisala. We apologize for bringing the news to you behind.
To receive the governor and other members of the party. The Onimoru of Imoru, Oba Rotimi Obamuagun, applauded the governor for redefining governance and stressed the need to tighten the security architecture of the area. Governor Ayedatiwa, who highlighted some of his administration's achievements, including empowerment programs for artisans and traders and initiatives to boost local businesses and food security, reassured of his determination to curb activities of criminals across the state. In an interview, the APC standard bearer said all hands are on deck to improve the security architecture of the state.
We have stepped up our games by setting up an arm of build, if you like, a barrack in this area. We have a post already. We are going to upgrade it to be like a barrack where they will put them here in large numbers. And we're also going to recruit more personnel that will be working in Amotekun in this area. Not only that, the military also are already on ground to support the Amotekun Corps.
The governor, while addressing residents, promised to sustain every effort that makes life more worth living for them. From Osrc local government area of Ondo State, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Ahead of next month's governorship election in Ondo State, national leaders of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, have called for unity of purpose and genuine commitment among members towards ensuring the party's victory. At an expanded stakeholders meeting in Akure, the leadership of the party, while canvassing votes for its standard bearer, Lucky Ayedatiwa, helped on the need for aggressive grassroots mobilization. The national chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje, and chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, appealed to aggrieved members to put issues of the past behind and rally support for the candidate of the party. Governors correspondent Wahab Bankole reports that former governorship aspirants of the party promised to work for its success at the
weeks ahead of next month's governorship election in Ondo State. The ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) has continued to intensify efforts to remain in power with a series of engagements. The latest was a gathering involving the national leadership of the party, Southwest governors, former governorship aspirants, as well as members and leaders of the party at the state level. The stakeholders meeting, held at the International Culture and Events Center, the Dome in Akure, afforded party faithful the opportunity to re-strategize towards winning the gubernatorial election. Chairman of the party in the state.
The last election we scored 51.2 total vote canvassing. We are giving him 85% of the total vote.
Setting the tone for the meeting, Lagos State Governor and Chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who called for a minute silence in honor of the late Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, thanked and appreciated all former governorship aspirants of the party for their steadfastness, understanding, and maturity.
our tongue might not sing the same song at one point in time or the other. Yes, indeed, people might have feel challenged and upset and all of that. That is why we're human beings. Yeah. And it is only natural for us that after doing all of that, it's important for us as a family to come back together again. So that is the essence of what we have seen and what we have come here to. That being happy family is what we want to come here and unite. That being happy family, called the APC family, is what we want to come here and strengthen.
Other speakers, including Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji, Senate Leader Opeyemi Bamidele, and the National Chairman of the party, Abdullahi Gandbasi, votes for the party and his candidate, Lucky Aiyedatiwa. The leaders called for grassroots mobilization.
On November 16, we have been gifted with history. That will be the first election that we conducted in the Southwest after the presidency of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Number two, we also have a duty to ensure that the achievement of Arakuni Akebilu is not reversed.
Unfortunately for PDP, they don't even have any person who can be candidate. Our own person is their candidate. By the time we are done with this election, we will come back into this party.
Make sure that you know those who are supposed to vote in your unit. And before the election day, take a stock. Visit from house to house. From neighborhood to neighborhood.
Addressing the gathering, some former governorship aspirants promised to mobilize support for the party and its standard bearer while putting issues of the past behind.
In the interest of our party, in the interest of our state, and in the interest of our country, Ondo State occupies a very critical position in the transition taking place in Nigeria.
It is not enough for us to come here to assure ourselves of the victory that I know we are going to have. We must mobilize ourselves and everybody to the polling booth on November 16th.
Ondo State must not fall into the hands of any other party except APC. No matter whatever must happen in the past must be allowed to go. And let us look at the future.
I have moved. I have been bruised, but I have moved forward. And I am a committed member of APC.
Governor Aiyedatiwa, who expressed appreciation to all leaders and members of the party for their support and solidarity, reassured of his dedication to prosper the state and promote inclusive governance at all levels.
We in Ondo State, we hear with understanding, and all that you have said is noted. I want to thank you especially for all the leaders of our party in Ondo State that are here in this auditorium, every one of you, all former aspirants, all former executive council members, all of you.
With the conclusion of this stakeholders meeting of the APC involving the national leaders of the party and some governors from the Southwest region, it is clear that the party is set to retain power in the Sunshine State ahead of the fast approaching governorship election. From the International Culture and Event Center in Akure, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Still staying with politics, the Ekiti State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has recommended the expulsion of former Governor Ayodele Fayose from the party. The recommendation was submitted by the party's caretaker committee chairman Daria Adeleke before the chief Tom Ikimi-led PDP disciplinary committee. The party accused the former governor of anti-party activities, especially his declared support for the second-term bid of Governor Biodun Oyebanji. Fayose, in an interview last week, said he would support Oyebanji for a second term in office, though he did not belong to the same party as the governor. The former governor, while inaugurating the Head Faglo Road and electrification project recently completed by Oyebanji in Ado Ekiti, reiterated his support for the second term bid of the governor, who belonged to the All Progressives Congress, APC. of Justice Chief Lateef Fagbemi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, on his award of Doctor of Laws, honorary causa by the Afebawala University Ado-Ekiti in Ekiti State, describing him as a national treasure. The governor said Chief Fagbemi stands tall in the pinnacle of justice and legal profession in and out of Nigeria, stating that his education, expertise, and commitment to justice have made a lasting legacy. Stakeholders in Ondo State have been encouraged to collaborate with the National Orientation Agency to raise awareness about electronic birth registration. NOAA State Director James Adekunle emphasized that birth registration is a fundamental human right, essential for safeguarding children's rights and ensuring access to vital services. Joy Pius has more.
This is an engagement between the National Orientation Agency, Ondo State Directorate, and stakeholders on an awareness campaign for a nationwide electronic birth registration sensitization drive in collaboration with the National Population Commission, aims to inform the public about the significance of birth registration as a fundamental human right. NOAA State Director James Adekunle highlighted that the e-birth registration is crucial for Nigeria's progress towards achieving sustainable development goals related to legal identity for all citizens. He emphasized that accurate birth registration provides essential data for government planning and services for the children and youths.
Birth registration plays a crucial role in securing the rights of children and providing them access to essential services. Despite the importance, Nigeria still faces low birth registration rates, a situation which impedes the country's ability to gather accurate demographic data. The current birth registration effort is therefore justified by the need to improve birth registration rates in the country.
The state coordinator of the National Population Commission noted that this initiative aligns with the international best practices, aiming to improve the recording and monitoring of vital events in the country.
The digital civil registration and vital statistics system will transform the process for registering birth and death. It aims to prepare Nigeria towards achieving sustainable development goals, including birth registration, while establishing a robust civil registration and vital statistics system.
State coordinator of the National Identity Management Commission, Wura Akinrinlola, expressed commitment to the initiative, mentioning that staff of the commission have been trained to support the e-birth registration process.
Only about 60% of Ondo residents have been captured under the National Identity Management System. The population statistics we have says we are above 5 million, and by our record we have only captured about 3 million. So you never can tell. Anybody can just ask you, bring your child that they may want to give them scholarship in school. Without all these things, you cannot get them done.
Participants at the event praised NOAA for its sensitization efforts, believing that increased awareness will help the target audience recognize the importance of registering births for children's future. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The Defense Headquarters has clarified that it has not announced the appointment of any senior officer as the acting Chief of Army Staff, contrary to speculation by certain media outlets saying that no such appointment exists within the armed forces of Nigeria. In a statement, the Director, Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, said the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tawhid Lagbaja, is currently on a well-deserved rest as part of his 2024 annual leave.